Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of our podcast. Today we have the following story: First day at a new job, anxiety and first impressions. Are you ready? Let's go. I remember my first day at my new job very clearly because I was so nervous that I couldn't sleep the night before, and when I woke up early in the morning, my heart was already beating fast, my hands were cold, and I felt like my stomach was full of butterflies. But I tried to stay calm by taking deep breaths and telling myself that everything would be fine because everyone feels nervous on the first day. So I took a shower, got dressed in my best work clothes, and left home a little earlier than usual just in case something unexpected happened on the way, and luckily there was no traffic, so I arrived about 20 minutes before the official start time, which gave me a chance to look around and take a few moments to relax before entering the building. And when I finally went in, I met the receptionist who smiled kindly at me and asked for my name, and after checking a list, she gave me a visitor badge and asked me to wait for someone from my department to come and meet me, and while I waited, I looked at the people around me. Everyone seemed busy and confident, and that made me feel a little more anxious because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to do my job well. But soon a young woman with a friendly smile walked up to me and introduced herself as Sarah, my team leader, and she said she was happy to have me join the team, which made me feel a little better. And as we walked through the office, she showed me where everything was, like the kitchen, the bathrooms, and my desk, which was next to a big window with a nice view, and she introduced me to my coworkers one by one, and everyone smiled and said hello, and some of them even told me they were also nervous on their first day, which helped me relax a bit more. And then Sarah gave me my computer and showed me how to log in, how to use the email system, and where to find the training materials. And she told me I could take my time to read and learn everything slowly, and that there was no pressure to understand everything at once, and that made a big difference because I was afraid I would have to know everything immediately. And during the morning I watched some videos about the company, read the employee handbook, and took some notes. And when it was lunchtime, Sarah invited me to eat with the team, so we went to a small restaurant near the office, and during lunch we talked about simple things like favorite movies, hobbies, and what we like to do on weekends, and I felt more relaxed because the conversation was friendly and not about work. And I noticed that the team had a good sense of humor and liked to laugh together, and that made me feel like I could be part of the group one day. And after lunch we went back to the office, and I had a short meeting with the human resources manager who explained the benefits, the rules, and the work schedule, and she answered all my questions patiently. And then I spent the rest of the afternoon exploring the company's website, reading more materials, and practicing with the tools I would use for my tasks. And at the end of the day, Sarah came to my desk and asked how I was feeling, and I told her I was still a little nervous but also very happy to be there, and she said that was completely normal and that I was doing great, and those words made me feel proud and motivated. And when it was time to go home, I packed my things, said goodbye to everyone, and walked out of the building feeling tired but also excited about the future, because even though the day was full of new information and new people, I felt like I had taken the first step in a new journey. And I knew that with time, patience, and a positive attitude, I could learn everything I needed to know and become a good member of the team. And as I walked to the bus stop, I looked up at the sky, took a deep breath, and smiled to myself because I knew that every beginning is hard, but also full of opportunity and hope. And that first day, with all its nerves and small victories, would always be a special memory for me. So, we have reached the end of our story today. Thank you very much for being with me until now. See you in the next episode.